So, most times people ask this question why or when a man loves a woman so much. What is it really all about? When a man loves a woman so much, they don't like it. Some ladies tend to say it as these guys actually end up becoming so clingy. These guys sometimes actually end up being a pain in the neck. But is this true? Actually, too much of everything, overdose of everything, is actually very, very bad. It's not good for your health. It's not also good for your emotional health. Yes. So here is where we draw the line of balance. Okay? But if we want to talk about total balance, like the love of a guy should be equal with the love of a lady, I may be telling you that this could be controversial for a lot of parties. But being an emotional coach for years and also a married woman, all right, I've experienced and got the ability to opportunities, okay, to talk to several clients. I've heard about their own notions and I have come to a consensus to understand that it is much better most times when the love of a man is a plus higher than the woman. So if you're joining me here on this podcast, you are going to be seeing the reason why I am saying this, why this is needful for your relationship, why this is very, very encouraging. And you are also going to be seeing some reasons why people do not like this, why ladies, women, folks do not like for the love of a man to be higher than theirs. Okay, you're going to be seeing it in today's episode. We are going to be enjoying it together. And also, I'm going to be telling you some impact that it has on the men folks when their love is actually higher than the love of a woman. The importance of this in a relationship and also the importance of this to both the man's personal growth and the growth of the woman. It's a lot in a box today. We are going to be seeing this together, and at the end of this, I'm going to be sharing some final thoughts with you, and I'm also going to be expecting some feedback from you. You're going to be telling me how you feel about this episode, how you've learned, what you know about this, if you've experienced this before, what was your experience like? Okay, so I want to know about it. And also, people will love to learn from you. How does it feel when you teach people from the comfy of wherever you are? Splendid, exploding, right? Okay, so you're welcome. Welcome back to this podcast, everyone. Today's topic is the one that both timeless and powerful meets. When a man loves a woman so much. Now, before we dive in, let us get real for a second. Love is actually one of the most transformations of emotion or transformative emotions that you can experience, right? Yes. But what happens when a man love for a woman become so deep, so intense, so all-encompassing that it begins to reshape not just the relationship, but the entire outlook on life? We are going to be seeing this. Number one, before we dive in, if this is your first time, don't forget to click on the follow button to become a sharp follower so that you can also be updated for more like this. You can be the first to be updated on it. Click on the notification button as well. Don't forget to give me a 5-star rating if you find this quite insightful, and share to a lot of persons out there. Thank you. So let's go. First and foremost, I'm a certified emotion coach / relationship coach. You're going to be learning from an expert. All right, so let's go. Number one, the beauty of unconditional love. Okay, let's start by acknowledging something very, very beautiful. When a man is truly in love so deep with a woman, it often brings out the very best in him. I've seen and I've heard. Okay, Normally, people tend to shy away from this. Guys, especially, tend to shy away from, letting their guards down. It's actually like letting his guards down here, okay? All right. He becomes very, very, very more attentive, more considerate, more willing to be vulnerable at this stage. Women folks most time takes this for granted when a guy is at his vulnerable state. Some women, I take these women as ladies who don't really know what they really have, because it is not in the ideal for men to let down their guard to show a woman that they truly love them. No. A man normally puts on this traditional challenge of traditional belief of masculinity. They don't love to let it down. It shows them priority, it shows them superior over the woman folk. And let's be honest, that vulnerability, that's rare. And it sure allows for real emotional intimacy to blossom. It is not about just being physically present, but showing up emotionally as well. Being present with all their flaws and fears. Most women, when they see guys, all right, being so vulnerable, and and to the extent they can see their fears, they can see their fears all over their face. Most times they can see their flaws. They tend to see this guy as a babyish person. It is beautiful. It's not a weakness. It's not the babyish side of him. It becomes babyish and kind of embarrassing when he's not able to control it. But if he can let you in to know what he's feeling deep inside, it really shows that this man actually loves you and yet is in control. So it's something that you shouldn't abuse. Think about it. Loving someone that is at much away from superficial. It's not just about being there, but it's about going beyond romantic dinners, beyond Instagram perfect moments. It's about those times when things truly get tough, when life gets messy, but he's still there, no hesitation. He's there. That's when you really see the depth of true love. Okay? So for ladies who want to say, a guy who is all like this, I don't want to be with him, he's not man enough. I know of some guys who actually cry and always so crying for a lady everywhere, break down. I think that kind of a guy needs to go for therapy. He needs to put himself together. He can cry in his closet. Tears does not signify weakness. It actually shows strength, because you are able to, bring out what you feel inside, irrespective of how people may feel about it. But you ace yourself. That is what actually matters. And yet you're still on the top gear by controlling your emotion. Number 2, the thin line between passion and obsession. Listen to this very carefully. Here is the catch. Sometimes when a man truly loves a woman so much, that intensity can blur the line between passion and obsession. Yes. And that is when things can actually get tricky. Loving deeply is one thing, but when love becomes so consuming, then it's where is his identity, happiness, and his sense of self-worth, and all tied up in her. It shifts the relationship to an unhealthy dynamics. Ladies, think about this. You want a man who loves you, but you also want a man who is in control of himself, who is whole, right? Yes. A man who knows how to balance love for you and love for himself. Because if all this kind of energy is channeled only to a woman, he might start to lose his individuality. And this is not good for the woman. This is not good for his relationship. His personal dream, he also gives up on it. He gives up also on his friendship. And that, my friends, can create pressure on both sides. You see the thin line between passion and obsession? So it is very, very possible for such kind of a person to go into obsession. But it's a beautiful thing if he's able to control himself, and it can work for the positivity of the relationship. Okay, that's the major key. Now, how much love can lead to unintended pressure? You might be putting yourself in this shoe to ask. Here's what it gets real. Here's where it gets real. Have you ever felt like someone loves you so much that it almost becomes overwhelming? Sometimes it happens. Like the weight of the emotion feels like you are carrying this invisible expectation to always meet their own needs, always to be perfect before them. That kind of a love, though it is well intentioned from the person who is dispensing it, but can create a sense of suffocation actually. The person actually who is dispensing it gets at a point, it gets to a suffocating point, and the person who is receiving it also most time can even get more suffocated. Now, for men loving too much, it can lead to unintentionally placing their partner on a pedestal. They are afraid of losing this woman, so they try too hard to hold on, sometimes smothering the relationship. Now, this is where some men come in. They don't want their women to go out there to do some things for themselves, because they tend to see that, yes, they love this woman, their intention about it, they don't want someone else to take the woman away from them. But we are talking about an adult here. Yes, you know your partner. We are talking about an adult. This is a time where your self value has to come, where you have to settle with yourself and say, I know my worth, and I know I've given her a lot of value, and I know I'm still giving her more. And if she finds it okay, all right, she's not going to just ditch me like that. So goes vice versa for a woman to a man. And there you find your peace, and you let the woman explore. It is very, very important. This normally chokes a lot of people in the relationship. Some men, they do this and they cage their wife, and things become so complicated in a relationship, especially sometimes in the financial aspect. They are not able to meet up with financial targets of the needs of the family, and they keep on suffocating inside, and sometimes they are not able to control it. They tend to push the anger, aggression to their wives, who have done nothing actually. Meanwhile, they made the decision that the woman should stay outside, not to work, because of their own intention or insecurity, as people may place it. But sometimes it's not the insecurity, it's because of the positive intention of protecting their family. This over-possessiveness and protectiveness can actually sneak in when love becomes all-consuming. And this is very, very bad. For a woman, receiving this kind of a love sometimes can make her feel no room to breathe. And sometimes she just want to be with this man. Okay, it's like living a bubble that someone else has created, when all you want is partnership and not pedestal worship. Okay, guys, men, husband, take note of this. Most women don't want a pedestal worship. They want a place where their own thought is welcome. Their own experience. They want to experience what life is. They want to be able to fulfill their own dreams. They once had dreams before they met their husband. So you making them feel, because you love them, and making them feel so consumed with your love, put them on a kind of pedestal worship to you. And this, most time, they are not settled with it down, but it keeps on choking them towards you. And this is not very, very good for the relationship in the long run. I'll be stopping here today. I don't know if you... Okay, let's add one more. The key, all right? Loving deeply without losing yourself. So here's a takeaway. When a man and a woman, all right, when a man loves a woman too much, it's really a very beautiful thing, okay? If rooted in balance, I said this before, and I'm repeating it again because I want you to have a clear notion and view on this. The key is to love deeply, but not to lose yourself in the process. Men, it's not all about showing up yourself as if, showing up your whole self as if it's all about you in the relationship. Not just as someone who is just there to cater our every need. A woman, okay, and a woman also in this position is about recognizing when the love is healthy and when it is tipping into something that needs recalibrating. Okay, so you have to put your eyes on the relationship, on the game, to understand. Remember, love could be actually expansive, not restrictive. It should make both of you feel empowered, feel supported, and feel free to grow together as individuals. There are people in the relationship, they are actually fulfillment starved. All right, it's as if they're in the cage, but the man feels that he's giving the wife everything. He feels that before the woman asks for money, he's giving to the wife. Okay, that is okay. But there is something about fulfillment which brings inner peace. If this woman is not able to fulfill herself, most times she's not able to put on some clothes she feels colors that resonates with her mood at that time. She's not free enough to do some things on herself, to put on some shoes. Okay, it might make her feel as if she's in a bondage and she wants freedom. Okay, I normally tell people that when a woman fears her husband, it is quite different from respecting her husband. Okay, imagine that woman being away from her husband, or her husband dies. It's like, oh, thank God this actually happened. You see, there are two different things between a woman fearing her husband and a woman honoring her husband. So guys, love your woman, support your woman, cherish her, but don't forget that your own passions, your own identity also matters. You both are strong on your own when the relationship thrives. In the end, when a man loves a woman too much, it becomes incredible. Life-changing experience for both couple. If it's done in a way that honors both the love and the individuality within the relationship. That's it for today, guys. I hope this resonated with you, whether you are in a relationship, whether you're single, whether you're somewhere in between. Remember to always love with depth and intention, but also balance. Love with balance. Thanks for listening. Join me again tomorrow morning. I'll be releasing a very, very cute episode for you that you're going to learn from. Drop in the comment section how you feel about this and share to 5. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and keep conversation going. I'll catch you next time. Bye.